Cali bonita, eres un Edén de valles hermosos y lindas mujeres que siempre soñé.
In this video, we're going to talk about which Colombian city wins the food crown. Now, I'm about to go to the gym, but before that, I need to eat something light. So I'm having some fruit and also something to boost me up a little bit. I'm having this energy drink, which is comparable to like a Red Bull, but you just get more for your money. And the flavor is acai. So if you've been to Brazil before, you know how acai tastes. But back to the topic at hand, which Colombian city wins the food crown? Now, I'm going to only mention the cities that I have visited. So if you as a viewer have been to a city that is not mentioned, please put down in the comment section what city is that and what do you think of the food there. Okay, I've been to Medellin, and the food here, comparable to other cities I visited, I could say that it's not bad. There's lots of choices here when it comes to different varieties of food that is non-Colombian. Also, I've been to Bogota, the capital. Very cold city, my least favorite city, but the food choices here, top notch. Yeah, Bogota had surprisingly varieties of different foods that was not Colombian. I've also been to Cartagena, and the food here was not good. It was great because of the options. Plus, you may not know, but I love seafoods. So they have different types of fish here. And my first time having coconut rice was in this city, Cartagena. So I can't say anything bad about the food choices here. And when I say non-Colombian foods, that's just another way of saying that they have more options just than their native foods. Now, the next city is one of my favorite cities, which is San Andres. Another coastal city. I'm a seafood lover. Food was good here. Santa Marta. Santa Marta. The food here was okay. It was nothing spectacular about the foods here in Santa Marta. I like the city because there's beaches here in Santa Marta. Would I visit again? Most definitely. You know, if I had the time, I would revisit Santa Marta again and indulge more in the food. Barranquilla. Only been here once. It was very hot, which I remember and I like. I don't like cold cities and snow and gray skies. And from what I remember, the food in Barranquilla was similar to like Santa Marta. You know, you had good food options, but it was nothing spectacular in particular about the foods there. Now here in Cali, Colombia. Cali, Colombia, I mean, it's options, but I wouldn't say that it's as many options as it was when I remember I was in Bogota. You know, again, Bogota is very cold. You know, you'll need jackets. And I don't really like weather like that. So that does play a part when it comes to the choices of a city that I visit or would revisit. So since now I know that Bogota gets colder than most of the cities that I have visited, I'll probably most likely will not revisit Bogota. But again, surprisingly, when it came to food and options, all that was there in Bogota, and from what I remember, it was more there than it is here in Cali, Colombia. So if you've been to both of those cities, or if you're Colombian, what do you think about what I just said about, to me, it seems like there's more food options in Bogota versus Cali, Colombia. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the cities that I visited here in Colombia. And to go back over a little, the top three: Bogota, Cartagena, and San Andres. I would say number one when it comes to not just native Colombian food, but also foods from other places. In my opinion, I think Bogota had it from what I remember. From being there for a week, I mean, it was just different types of foods that I have never seen before in other Colombian cities. Just the vast amount of options in Bogota, I think, is there. The only thing that fucks up the city to me is just the weather. That's it. And the other two cities, being beach cities, Cartagena and San Andres, I like the seafood options there that I have not seen in other cities like like a Medellin or even here in Cali, Colombia. So those are my top three cities in my opinion when it comes to just not native Colombian food, but just food options in general. Because I know with some travelers who travel to places, they want to indulge in other foods besides the native food of that country, which I don't know, it kind of defeats the purpose of traveling. You want to get into the native foods because you may not never travel to that place again. So why not just indulge in the culture, which includes foods, while you're in the country? But some people, they want to just stick to what they know, McDonald's or some other type of bullshit type food. For whatever reason it is, that's their prerogative. But myself, I'm going to another country. I'm spending like $1,500 or however much it costs to get to that country. I want to eat the food that the people in that country eat. Now I do indulge in like I guess their version, meaning whatever country that is, their version of a fast food, whatever, just to save time. I might be meeting somebody, or I might just want to just grab something for just that moment because I know I might not eat until like maybe hours later. And I am into fitness, so food plays a big part. I think it plays more than just working out. It's health and fitness. So I want to make sure my nutrition is on track before going to any type of gym or working out. To me, that's what's most important. What goes into my mouth. Now, South America as a continent of the countries I visited, Brazil, Colombia, and Guyana, between the three, when it comes to, I think, which country has the most healthiest food, I would say number one is Colombia. When it comes to which country has the least amount of options compared to the other two countries I have visited, I would again say Colombia. When you go to Brazil or you go to Guyana, what you would notice is that they have lots and lots of food options. And I think mainly it's because of the people, the makeup of the country. Guyana is basically black and Indian. So there you go. You have two cultures mixed together. So when it comes to food options, and their version of, I guess, fast foods is just it will blow Colombia out the water. And when we go to Brazil, if you've been to Brazil before and Colombia, you know that when it comes to food options, Brazil has way more than here in Colombia. But again, when I say which country has the most healthiest food, I would say right here in Colombia. They have, in my opinion, more healthier food options than the other two mentioned. Not to say that there's not junk foods here, there is, but you'll notice when you're in Colombia, most of the food again is, in my opinion, is like very healthy, which is a good thing to me because I do like eating healthy. Since we're coming to an end, don't forget to put down in the comment section below which Colombian city, in your opinion, has the best food or the best food options. And this could be from a traveler's viewpoint or from a Colombian viewpoint. Put that down in the comment section below. Peace out.